Morons, yay. It's fun. Okay, welcome to Romy Morons. My name is Matt, and you can see I have no co-host. I have a special guest that's going to be brought in by Skype, my friend Jerry. We're going to discuss Destiny's new DLC called Rise of Iron. So, here we go. So, Jerry, what's going on your screen right now? You're tilted.
My phone just fell. That was my fault.
Alright.
But Rise of Iron, starting off, I think it was one of the better expansions that they've released probably since the Taken King.
Yeah, definitely. Taken King was probably the best one out of the three originals until we got the Rise of Iron. I like the whole. This one's darker, a little bit dark. It has a dark story, even though Taken King's supposed to be dark. But this one was. You saw a lot of pain in the main Iron Lord that's left. Is like you felt his pain. You learn about his little backstory, like what's going on, and you kind of more understand him. That's basically it. You understand why he's the last one. So let's pick this a little bit apart. Like, we got the new enemy. What are they called again? Splicers.
They're called splicers, and basically what they are is they're half organic, half machine, kind of like a cyborg, only they don't have the greater end of the cybernetic enhancements. You can still, kind of pick them off easily once you get to that, higher weapon level and whatnot. But even so, they look a lot cooler than what they used to because they're fallen now, the fallen type enemy. So
yeah, like
the fallen
awesome.
have come back in the mix once more.
And the Fallen is really like iffy with this new machinery, this little disease, whatever, like nanobots. It's like it attaches on you, like he was saying, like it advances you. But like they tried the Fallen got it. It works with them. The Hive, they're putting it on the Hive. They're testing on the Hive and all that. It's failing. It's ripping them apart. It's fucking them up. It's just. Not pretty sight. If you play what was it? The Strike, you see an ogre all like braced up and bullshit, and like it's just not pretty. He looks like he's like falling apart at the same time because at the same time weren't they like taking parts of the Hive off of them? So like using parts of the Hive as weapons, meanwhile turning them into this robotic weapon for themselves anyway.
Yo, the ogre and the strike, you can see he's missing parts of his organic flesh and it's replaced with this Siva, I think it was called, techno nanobots. Like his body was just completely rejecting it. It was failing for the Hive just because their bodies wouldn't accept that kind of, forced evolution. And it was just terrible.
It was terrible. Like, they took away the hands, they placed these, like, giant, like, wrecking ball-like things on them. Like, they're computerish. Like, you see them all around the whole map whenever you're running around. You see them. That's what, on his hands for some reason. And then his face, like, you know how where the beam comes out of his head? That's gone. It's, like, ripped open, and you got the nanobots attaching shit to him and all that stuff. And, like, let's talk the story. The story is like what I was discussing. Isn't it like eerie-ish to you? How it all happened?
Like the story, like how the last Iron Lord explained it in the beginning. They had good intentions with this new technology they found, but they didn't know that the technology in turn could kind of control them. And as he explained, he watched his allies sacrifice themselves so the world wouldn't come to the same, end that they did. They blew themselves up and sealed themselves in a tomb of their own making just so that he could survive and no one else would experience that tragedy.
Yeah, like it's just you just see him like it literally. He had like a few seconds. He was gonna make it, then it shuts, then it gets sealed up from the blast. Somehow later on, the freaking Fallen got to rip it open and open the doors. Once you do the mission, like you're going through the missions, like you're basically taking the Fallen out that have been affected with this nanobite system. Like you're taking out their weapons, you're taking out all their shit. Like you're in the Cosmodrome, right? That's where you are, like the far east.
Yeah.
And what's it called again? It starts with a P.
It's called the Plague Lands.
Plague Lands. So that's where you are. It's basically the scrapyard and back. And it's now snowing. Like it's all covered in snow. You've seen time has passed. All hell's breaking loose. You're going through it all. And like you pick it all, you just go through it. You have to take out like I said, take out the machinery, take out the enemies. You have to figure out what the fuck they're doing with this shit. And then, what did I say? Once you, like the ending, the ending was fucked, right?
That ending was so messed up because it's like you could see the Ziva technology was recreating the Iron Lords to break the chamber
Yes.
and use their own weapons to get back free to reinfect the world with its virus.
Like they picked
And
three.
it was just crazy.
It was. They picked like three different fucking Iron Lords. They're just sitting out there, just gather them up, and then they hung them, like slowly, fucking putting them together. Like they had like the first one you meet has a drill. He has a gun attachment. Then he has this Iron Lord axe, like double-sided battle axe, and he's hanging there, and it drops, and that's your artifact weapon. They can pick up, and you run around with it like the rockets. You get to shoot like as many as you want, but this one you can refill, and like you go with these little fire pits, and it refills the whole thing, like your ammo. And it was difficult. Even though you had like when I first played it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know I could refill the axe. I just knew it slowly went up when I used normal attacks. Then I found the fire pit. Then I died. I remember joining with Jerry, and that was still difficult with two people.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah,
we got through it.
Was, like comparing that final fight to all the others that we've been through, that was grueling.
It was. It was. You fight one, and you fight the other two two of them at the same time, plus the enemies that are more advanced, and all that shit. And like I told you before, like when we were playing, like when you shoot, what are they? The Dreg, the little Fallen. Yeah. So if you shoot them, if you get a headshot, you get like a blue orb floats up and it turns red. And it's basically like the Legionnaires, like grenades, whatever the shit they shoot at you. That's like a black orb. That it chases you until it hits you and takes damage on you. So you just need to watch out. And like there's these things that are like pyramids and they're like flowers. They open up and they shoot at these like red. It absorbs their energy into these things. Like that's what's feeding this entity of machinery. Like, it's living organism. Like, if you look around, it's muscle running through the lands. It's fucking weird. It's literally freaking crazy. Like, you got the new manual, right? We have now.
Mm-hmm. It's the new book for the Rise of Iron that lets you get different shaders, ships, armor, and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
the
it's
armor.
just first you get one chapter of it from just beating the story, and then the other parts of it are just kind of random throughout, and you have to guess.
Yeah, like there's strikes. There is one mission that's called Metal and Flesh that you have to complete that one. There are heroic strikes, like I believe I said that. got the patrols. You got all kinds of shit you have to do. Then you have to complete it. There's these 8 artifacts out there. It's kind of weird. You have to find them. I haven't seen any videos of people finding them yet. I've been seeing all the people talking about them. I don't need to hear you talking about them. I need you to help me find them in that case. But I'm going to still try because there's no other videos. But the armor looks sick from the book.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
this armor is just, it is mind-blowing how much they have changed it since introducing the Egyptian armor from the House of Wolves to the Taken armor from the Taken King, and now the Iron Lord armor to, Rise of Iron. Because when you finish the story, the final item you get is an exotic sword that you get as you become a new Iron Lord.
you get to turn into the Iron Lord and all that shit. You get the Young Wolf exotic blade, and you run around. It's like a legit medieval blade. It's not like what you have as the Arc Edge or the Dread Fang or whatever the other exotic sword is. I believe it's just a copy of the Arc Edge or the Solar Edge or the forget the last one. What was it? Solar Arc and
Soul Edge, Arc Edge, and Void Edge. I think.
Void, yeah. That's what you do. I think that's how it just copies into a different one. You just get to pick a different exotic sword that you already had.
Mm-hmm.
But the events, that I've been noticing. We played an event last night, and there's an event.
Mm-hmm.
They drop one the one giant robots that they have, and we defeated it, and it gave us more than what we usually get, like more life. We actually got we got legendary marks, we got anagrams, and we got the more life and some other shit that they dropped.
Like they completely took the public events and just raised the stakes on it, because we got 20 legendary marks, like 3 engrams, some resources from that planet, and I think just a bunch more stuff that they've never really done for us as a community.
Yeah, they actually are freeing it up to they're starting to give us more shit to actually have. But it's just nicer. It's nice. It literally is. I can work with it. I love it. It's enjoyable. And I hate you. This stupid thing popping up. It's Facebook. Awesome little things. But whatever. Oh, we have a message from Anthony. He couldn't make it here, so I have this message to tell you people.
He was out giving gypsies the hands.
Definitely. There's a lot out there. He says Destiny is shit. You guys should not buy it, should not do anything with it. These are his words. You should, if I had to say, if he was right here, he'd probably say burn it. So I wouldn't go that far. It's a decent game. It's starting to improve a lot better.
It's turning around a lot since the first release. 3 years ago now?
Yeah, it's about almost 3 years. And Crucible still sucks. Last time I knew, I haven't played the Crucible I haven't played the Crucible yet with the Iron Lord stuff they came out with. So.
Oh God.
We need to try that.
Powerful weapons. Everybody, watch out.
It is true. We're gonna have a lot of freaking assholes running around with all these weapons now and shooting everybody up and laughing. Ha 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 ha. We have this light level that's awesome and all that crap. Well, fuck you. So I don't care. If you're gonna go around shooting people, then end up trying to teabag my freaking little ghost, you're an asshole.
If anybody does that, they just introduced private matches. You finna get the 1v1, and you will get the handy hands from the dandy man.
They introduced private matches?
Oh yeah,
Oh, fuck yes. That's going to be great. Well,
it's
we're
gonna be
getting
amazing.
time to wrapping it up. So, like, what's your final thoughts on this DLC? You think they're going to come out with one before they try to, supposedly they're trying to bring out the Destiny 2, but you think they're going to bring out anything cooler than this Iron Lord?
I think they're gonna drop one more expansion before Destiny 2, just because Iron Lords. It really did change the whole loot
It opened it
system
up.
and the combat mechanics.
Yeah, they literally just opened up the whole game to it. Like open up the whole world to you. They expanded the Cosmodrome. So now you're still in Russia, but you're further in Russia. Like I enjoy the House of Iron more than the Tower. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna say this: the Tower. When you're at the Tower and you see the Traveler out there, that little orb, probably saw the old video that me and Anthony did for Destiny. We kept on saying it's the Death Star. It's literally we are claiming it's still the Death Star. It's the fourth Death Star.
Definitely still
That thing that
the
has to be the next
Traveler.
DLC. I want that thing to open up and release something because that'd be a cool ending to Destiny for them to drop Destiny 2 to the opening.
Oh yeah, the
I
Traveler's
don't
gonna
know.
drop 9/11 conspiracies.
Well, we got Zerker on there running around in a cloak and everything. Oh, that's creepy already. But yeah, like it's just yeah, they have to. This add-on is amazing. I enjoy it. It's $30 when you pre-order it. When you pre-ordered it, you got a new what are they called?
Got a new
You got the new
Sparrow.
Sparrows. I'm mumbling. I am a moron. You got the new Sparrows. You got the new rocket launcher, but you can't use the rocket launcher because you have to have a
Can't freaking
year
use it.
3 of it. You need the year
Yeah,
3.
like a
So
year three
whoever pre-ordered this thing and
developer.
not have the year 3, you're fucked. So then
But
they give
luckily
you a
for
new
us,
horn. What?
Zerg comes tomorrow.
He does come Friday. If you guys are all watching this, we did film this on a Thursday night. So he is coming Friday. And it's going to be lit. Because we got enough strange coins to get us all kinds of shit from. But
Forget you,
we're
Zerg, and
going to
all that
show.
strange coin.
Straight. What did I say? We're going to show you within this clip all the armor, so don't worry about it. So this is late for me even saying this. So we're at the end of this podcast. This game is worth it. Buy it. If you don't have the whole game yet, go buy the collection. They dropped it. It's $60 for all 4 DLCs plus game. Or you can just... No, that's a smart idea now. Because it's not worth it if you didn't have the game already. So... Alright, Jerry,
Hmm.
have a good night. See you on PlayStation. Alright?
Have a good night, bud.
See you, dude.